All right, we have gathered here today and do a little interview, and why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, my name is Darcy Pt1. I'm a member in absentia from Brewington Baptist Church. Joe has been very, very kind in coming out and helping me deal with my coping of death. I have a terminal illness and it's catching up with me, so Joe's trying to help me help others get the word out about death and dying and what's involved with it. And my care requires basically 24-hour coverage. So we've been forced to hire helpers to come in, and I call them friends versus helpers because I think they're more friends, to come in and help me. And they've been just tremendous. And right off I thought I would basically just put me on the spot of telling you all where I'm coming from and where I want to see this project that we're doing go. And so in doing so, I will periodically jump in the ring of fire and give you all some more insight as to what it is to be told you're dying, being treated that you're dying, and how you handle it. And a lot of people don't know how to handle it, and a lot of people just need input from other people. And that would be tremendous if through this project, Joe and I and you all can get to the point where we can openly talk about death, talk about where we're going, and go from there and see what happens. So right now I'm breathing kind of rough, so it's going to be hard for me to talk today. So I'm going to turn over the interview process right now to Joe and to our dear Jessica, who is one of the people that works with us. Please meet Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Why don't you tell everybody what, well, of course your name, we already know Jessica, but just your full name and then what it is that you do during the day here.
My name is Jessica Clark, and I help take care of Miss Darcy. I help her when she needs to go to the bathroom. I get her the medicine she needs. I keep her house up, dishes, sweeping, feed the cats, let the dogs out, just whatever Miss Darcy really needs is what I try to attend to.
Okay. How long have you been helping Darcy?
Well, I guess I could say, because I was here once before and then I had to leave. Maybe about a year all together.
What's it like for you, a healthy person, working with somebody who's sick and dying?
It's not easy. I love Miss Darcy. I don't have a lot of grandparents. Mine have passed on. She and we confide in each other. We talk about, things that's going on with our families. It's really not easy. And a morning like this where she's having trouble breathing is when I have to be my strongest and not let her see, maybe that I'm a little nervous or that I'm scared for her.
Have you had to come to some sort of realization or comfort level dealing with somebody who's dying, on the finality of death, and knowing that one day you may come and she may not be here, or she may pass away while you are here?
I try not to think about it. I really do, just because I guess I approach it as what we're dealing with right now.
Okay.
I go just take it day by day. We're in the moment, more or less, instead of looking and saying, well, she might not be here next week, because I can't think of it like that.
Okay. Excellent. Darcy, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, okay?
Sure.
All right. What's it, on days like today, where it's hard breathing, what goes through your mind?
Oh, the first thing is fear, that this might be the time that I do finally pass. I've studied the mechanics of disease that I have, which is, in essence, advanced emphysema. Mine was genetic in nature, so no smoking caused it, or none of this caused it. It's the genetics of my family. So what I look at is, how can I make people understand, number one, this wasn't a self-inflicted problem by smoking or anything else. I have a brother who has already passed from this disease, and a sister who's very borderline, and both of my parents are dead, so there's really no immediate family that I can combine and touch base with. So I've reached out to people like Jessica, and Jessie's been really sweet because I can never remember her name, so I always call her a combination of names. And, you know, they say the sex goes first, but I'm telling you, it's the memory that goes first. That's all there is. But it's a progressive disease. It doesn't get better. There are no treatments for it other than very, very powerful drugs that eventually fry your brains like mine's been fried. And unfortunately, my teeth have gone by the wayside. I'm very conscious of that because that just happened. So I'm going to get new teeth sooner or later. But remind me again of what you want from me, because I will forget as I start running my mouth, you know.
No, you're doing great.
Okay.
You're doing fantastic. We're just trying to get people to, we're just trying to get you a chance to tell your story and share it with folks who care about you and have been praying for you, and just to get them, to let them know. I believe we talked about how lonely it can get. And why don't you tell us, we are right now in your bedroom, and you don't ever leave your bedroom, do you?
No, it's a very restrictive disease, this particular format. If it's too hot, I suffer tremendously. If it's too humid, same thing. So you learn more by what you can't do than what you can do. And I've learned, and I've spoken with a lot of groups around the country, either by phone, by teleconference, and in the good old days when I could travel, I would go to conferences and we would discuss the many faceted parts of this disease. And it does limit you, you know, it's you start to learn to live in this little silent world that no one can imagine, because people have a way of either A, not wanting to deal with me and what's wrong with me, because it's part of their feature too. B would be, oh gosh, the loneliness is the hardest part. You get stuck, you get caught into an environment that makes you change your lifestyle, no matter how. Because the first thing you do is worry about whatever the ailment is. Now, if it's cancer, you know, what organ is it affecting, or organs? Breathing disabilities, like what I have with the emphysema, cancer, anything that cancer can affect any part of the body. Immune system destructs. Some people just, they don't have an immune system that can fight off illness, so they suffer from it. There's so many ways by which you can become what they call an end stage person, which means whatever you got, you're dying from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That you have to sort of categorize what phase of end stage affects you. And with loneliness, the biggest thing that affects me there is people, and I really do believe this, people are afraid of you. They're afraid of what you represent and how you make it through living, getting through every day, dealing with people who are afraid to come talk with you, or are even more afraid that you might give them whatever it is that you have if you spend time with them. So there's a lot of facets about that I think we need to look at and let people know that dying is okay.
You said loneliness can be a big factor in that. Something you struggle with,
Yeah.
I mean, being in this small space.
Right.
How effective? Right now, you're on hospice, correct?
Right.
How effective is having somebody like Jessica, or Dee, or Teresa, your nurses during the week, be here all day with you until Andrew gets home?
Oh gosh, without them, I wouldn't have survived this long. There's no way, because they're my only contact to the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
And they bring it into my room. And without the TV set, which is really a godsend and then a crutch down the road, I have no contact with the outside world. People are busy. They have their lives. And rightfully so. They shouldn't have to worry about coping with me and my own self-centeredness. Hey, I've got this problem and I need help.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to get help because people either don't want to share the time, and I don't call that a selfish desire on their part. I think it's a way of keeping sanity under control. Even your best friends in the world, you lose contact with them. My husband has been such a rock of strength for me that I sometimes wonder, who has it worse? Me knowing that I'm going to die and it's not going to be very pleasant when it happens, or him having to live through it as the caregiver and having to take care of me and my needs. Everything, unfortunately, becomes priority for me instead of priority for the rest of the world around me. So it's very difficult.
Well, I want to ask one more question,
Yeah.
and then we'll end this part and pick up next time with the videoing. What you said, you feel people are afraid of you, or fear you, or fear what you have.
Right.
Why do you think they feel that way?
Just from the fact that some people who would have been a very close support person in my life has disappeared. And when I've asked them, hey, what's wrong? Is it me? Have I got a disease that you're afraid of? You do go through those feelings. And some of them, luckily, have been smart enough to be honest with me and say, I'm afraid that you're dying and I don't want to be for that ride. I'd rather be away from it and tie it up with a nice red bow and give it away to somebody. That's the hard part, and I've seen that with people that just feel like, if they get involved with me, they're taking on a lot. They really are.
Well, thank you for letting us videotape this part one of however many parts we end up doing.
Yeah.
But thank you for letting us videotape it. Anything you want to say to folks before we sign off?
Oh gosh, that wouldn't be in a Britannica type format. Many volumes and volumes of books. There's so much to say. That's why I wanted to get with you and get this project going. And some of it will seem extremely boring. And this one, she gets to all the nasty work. She's got to do the cleaning. She's got to listen to me. I can't say that word. But she lets me say things that I shouldn't be saying, and puts up with it. But just the fact that someone out there would want to listen to this tape and get to know me and my friends is going to be a wondrous miracle. I just can't say enough for the help that's been given.